Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 28th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary day, an extraordinary weekend, and an extraordinary life. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got all the indices trading higher in the green. The Dow's up 128, 0.5%. The S&P 13 points, about 0.4. Then NASDAQ about 0.4% as well, 41 points. Russell's up about 0.5% or 7 points. Semi's up 1 3/10%, 29 points, trading out at 22.49. Gold's up $44, trading out at Gold is, it is up $44. That and the NASDAQ up 44. Gold's trading out 1976. Be very careful out there. Don't get caught up into the numbers, or the number that you want to get caught up into is called 1978.10. Price right now is trading at 1976. Why is 1978.10 so important? Well, let's just go straight here to gold. We'll just do that, kind of keep the flow here, because that is where sellers are sitting. That is the top of the daily profile. In other words, if gold is only having a counter trend rally because it's really trying to form an A to B equals CD to the downside, I can't confirm that just yet. But if it is trying to do that, this is where the counter trend rally stops. Right here, right now, dead in its tracks. Well, I won't go that far, but you kind of get the message out here. You want to watch 1978. Now, that's gold. Now, gold, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern here. Let me just, maybe you can't see it. There's several of them. I'll just use this one. I don't know if this one there actually completed or not, but let's go ahead and stick it in anyways. A, B, C. Yeah, it did. So here's your A to B equals CD, about a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD. Here's your bearish engulfing, your key reversal session out there. Now, all Gertley, it's really just an A to B equals CD. It's still the same way. If you take a look at these A to B equals CD patterns, of the entire pattern, well, you should at least get, there's basically 5 different outcomes. We'll just take a look at the first 3 outcomes. Really, it's the first outcome. And that's going to be a dead cat bounce or just a 0.382 retracement of the entire move, which gets you to 1849. So it hasn't fulfilled that piece of it. So I just suggest being very careful. In other words, I would not initiate or start a long trade or carry a long trade in gold when price is right up at resistance. Not now. I wouldn't do that. We talked about that. Take a look at yesterday's price action. Was nothing more than exploring the top and the bottom of that profile. The bottom of the profile is 1920. That is a key level. So we've already established. So the other reason to consider the counter trend rally aspect inside of gold out here, let me pull over to the gold's other chart, is that price is still below Stevie's green line, 1985.70. So there's 2 levels of resistance. There's the TAS market profile, top of the box, where there's definitely sellers. The oscillator and change line, really does act as a support and resistance level, which would mean, buyers and sellers out there. If you take a look at yesterday's price action, also stopped at Stevie's oscillator on change line, the green line out there. So this is just suggesting counter trend rally. Now, what it's really doing is we've got really neutral type signals, right? Because I say right, but you might say, what do you mean right? Because price is trading with inside that daily profile out there. And the other thing that gold hasn't done, and it's not going to do it, well, I can't tell you if it's going to do it or not this week. It doesn't appear that it's going to do it, but anything is possible, which is price is going to, for the third week in a row, is a test and rejection of Stevie's green line on the weekly time frame. That's at 1949. Not until, and gold does have a valid topping pattern on the weekly time frame as well. It's the reasons to be cautious out here. Yeah, the weekly gives some promise, but you got a top, and price hasn't been able to break through support, which is why we rely more on the daily time frame chart. And the daily time frame chart, not unless we see gold close above, we'll have to give it Stevie's green line, more so than even the top of that daily profile. So the number, we'll call it 1986. Gold closes above that, well, then it says more rally to the upside. And if it doesn't, it will be very, very interesting. Okay, so that was a Goldilocks. Lead the charge dollar-wise to the upside. You got Booking Holdings up $39, Workday's up 27, Green Power Motor must be at IPO. It's up 600%, so nice move there. Chipotle's up $16. Nvidia is up 15. To the downside, Tesla's off 31. Mercado Libre 18. Wayfair's down 12. Regeneron is off 11. So there's certainly plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. You know what I want to look at first, which is really what you want to look at. The you, though, being somebody from yesterday or the day before. There were two yesterday's, as you know, the show was recorded early in the morning. I'd forgotten. I think I might have said something just at the very end of the prior show, but there were a couple of outstanding requests. One was to take a look at FCX. My apology. I think it might have been Jared that was asking, but I didn't write down the name here. So for anybody that trades FCX, that's at the bottom portion of our screen out here. I want you to understand that if you're trading FCX, what you're really trading is the Australian dollar. And what that really does mean, the bottom panel, FCX, top panel, the Aussie dollar. You tell me how similar these charts are. So you really need to be paying attention to both. Well, I added another little tool out here just for when folks we'll see if I can remember to put it out here when folks make a request for an instrument. And that instrument, so you and I were always looking for, well, tops and bottoms, support, resistance. I don't have the TAS market profiles out here, but just as a quick view, and this is a tool that I use to help identify tops and bottoms on these. So when I don't have a way to automate, I could do it, I suppose, is the A to B equals CD pattern. So the Garleys, all that is done really manually, and I actually prefer to do it manually. But with regard to Rhodes Momentum Indicator signals out here, those are the first three. You've got daily. D is daily, W weekly, M is monthly out there. So you can see on Freeport McMoran, there's a topping signal here on the daily time frame. We can see with regard to its TD counts where it's at right now, 2s on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And from a Chapman wave standpoint, we can see we're in wave number 7 for both the daily and the weekly. We are not in a topping wave signal on the monthly out there. And with regard to support or resistance levels, I just simply am providing the oscillator on change line. I did mention FCX had that Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. This is what it looks like on the actual chart, but nice having that nice little table. Boom, right away, we know where we're at. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll get right back from this break, and we'll finish taking a look at Freeport McMoran, FCX. It does have a potential topping signal in play. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, we're going to come back to FCX in a minute because we've got call-ahead seating here at the Trader's Edge show. So let's go out to John in Philly. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
I apologize. I forgot to slip you that 50 for sliding me in at the top of the queue.
I love it. That only works at Joe's Stone Crab down in Miami.
Joe sounds like a terrific spot.
It is a terrific spot. It's not too shabby out there. Yeah, have you ever been down there, John?
I have not, but I can give you a couple of spots along the Jersey coast that would be pretty similar. I'm suspecting.
Okay, it's great. Well, look, you called to talk about natural gas, not stone crabs, although I do love them. And king crab, king crab, that's another great one. But you wanted to talk natural gas. You wanted to go take a look at the January 2021 contract. Right now, trading out at $3.30 above the top of its daily profile out there. And this looks like the second close above the top of that daily profile, which is $3.27 out there. So how can I help you? What other information can I give you?
Yeah, a very specific question for you, sir. Yes, indeed. The January nat gas contract, ticker symbol NGF1, and actually, secondarily, the October contract, that'd be the NGV0 contract. Yep. And the specific question on both of those, please, using your proprietary tools, your TD setup counts, your oscillator unchanged line business, and your Rhodes momentum indicator or Rhodes momentum indicator tools.
I answered
Do
both.
either of those two contracts give you warning signs of impending tops?
October, yes. January 2021, no. And I don't know if that's going to help you out or not. Now, the one thing that they all have in common out here, folks, you're looking at the October, you're looking at the November, you're looking at December, you're looking at January from a chart standpoint. And what you'll notice first is that each of them yesterday had nice wide-ranging bars that took price above resistance, which is the top of the profiles. And today, price is trading above the top of those profiles for each of those four contracts. So those suggest that price has been able to take out resistance. But that doesn't really answer John's question. Because John's question was, are any of the topping tool indicators that I use, are they signaling to us the potential of caution out there? And with regard to the October contract, I'll pull that over so that each of us can take a look at it. There's really two different potential topping signals out here. One was the TD9 count. Yesterday happened to be the bar following a TD9 count pattern. Now, what I really like about this, John, from the bullish side, is that if you were to get a close, it doesn't have to be today, it could be on Monday, but if you do get a close above 2.715, that is the high of yesterday's candle session, then that is signaling to you and I that there's a strong momentum move underway. Right now, price is trading below that high, so it's a valid topping signal. What price has not done is broken through its first key level of support. And as you take a look at Stevie's red and green line out here, the oscillator and change line, we can see that after a TD9 count bottom, price has been basically crawling up that line out there. So $2.61 is where price would have to close below to then say that either the TD9 count top is what triggered that, or one of your favorite patterns, which is the seventh wave move, letter G, that is on my screen out here. So those are the two topping signals. I would think that those two topping signals would suggest a pullback if we get it close below that oscillator and change line. So that's 261. So that's the daily time frame. Now, let me pull over the daily time frame here for the January contract. And as I do that, what you're not going to see, you're not going to see the exact same patterns out here. This, though, has triggered the potential for a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. But this would require, John, a bearish reversal candle. We don't have that. Price is above the top of the profile. Today was really a test and rejection of Stevie's green line. So these are all suggesting that they want to move to higher ground out here. The question becomes higher ground to where? I come back to the October contract, John, for the weekly time frame, and there's another level that if October can close above today, $2.63, call it $2.64. That was its most recent weekly breakdown level. Let me see if I can put this to a monthly chart out here, and this is October. See if I've got enough data to give us some. Yeah. So this tells us right now, John, that the next resistance level is 279. That's the monthly horizontal trading range. So there's really 267, which is where price, the month's not over, so we'll see Monday. But right now, price is testing and rejecting that area, and then 279. If price can get above that, then we're looking at 366. So those are what the tools are suggesting to us. What questions now in either contract does that pose for you?
Well, you've answered the question I asked of you. I am still in the lurch, however, about this market. This very strong rally off those June-July bottoms into these highs. It is taking place in an environment where something is really amiss in this market. Either somebody knows for certain there's going to be a very cold winter.
Okay.
Or alternatively,
now don't tell that to the
decline
climate
in production
change.
is occurring behind the scenes massively because of the low prices that devastated profitability, back in the summer.
Yes.
Or third alternative is none of the above, and this market is up on air and is poised to reverse sharply. So I am dealing with those three scenarios, and I wasn't expecting any conversation between you and I to answer that. So you answered the question I asked of you. And it's interesting that October contract has got that Chapman wave leg G formation.
And that's both
your
at the
TD9 count setup, so I thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. And by the way, when it did bottom, I know you'll love this. The actual bottom inside the October natural gas contract was with wave number 7 as well, letter G. So I don't know if it's a coincidence. Now, as you know, wave number 7 or any wave count can continue to extend, so we need to see a lower high, to confirm it. So it may, as long as price remains above Stevie's green line, the technical interpretation is going to be bullish for natural gas.
Right. Hey, well, I will ask you to phone me when you're down with the stone crabs at Joe's.
You got it.
And I will have my taste buds watering when you do call.
You got it. Hey, John, always good to talk to you. Have a great weekend. We'll look forward to speaking to you next week, and we'll be right back, folks. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 73. S&P is 6 points. Let's go out to South Carolina and speak with Chris. Chris, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Steve, and it is an absolute pleasure to speak with you today.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to speak with you. Thanks so much for calling. And know what part of South Carolina are you from? Or are you living in?
Yeah, in the western area, up in the corner near Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
It's really nice. Here we get 4 seasons. It's a good place to live.
Yeah. Now, is the current storm, is that going to be further north of you?
Yeah, that's going to be further north. So we're supposed to catch a little bit of rain tonight and tomorrow from it, but I don't think we're going to get much.
Yeah, I saw those. I saw pictures this morning of just the devastation, those high winds, those hurricanes, nasty things out there. But you want to take a look at Vector Group, VGR, and so tell me what you're doing and how I can help you.
Well, I was lucky enough to catch it in the bottom there, late July at $8.50, and I've been buying more shares since. I'm attracted to the nice dividend that it's paying. And also, I went back 10 years, and in the third week of September every year, they do a stock split where they give you 5% more shares with what you own. Then it seems to go up into December most years, One year it went down. So anyway, but I'm looking at it now, and of course, with your tools, I was hoping to get some more insight.
Sure.
I know it went up for a while there, and then it came down one day pretty big, and it's been climbing slowly back up to that day in mid-August. I was wondering if you think this may be headed to $14, or do you see any trouble with it right now?
Okay. So first, let's. So thanks for all that. The day you were talking about, as an example, I believe had a hard down day, August 17th. Which went from a high of 1052 down to a low of 982, had volume of about 855,000 shares. Now, when it was doing that, what price was not doing was breaking, at least on these charts here, we're just looking at our TAS market profiles that help us identify where buyers and sellers are at. But price never broke through any key levels of support. And key levels of support would be the bottom of the profiles. That's the last bastion of hope for the bulls, really, because buyers are in that level, which on a daily basis right now, price is just consolidating between support and resistance. Support is 989. Resistance is 1028. You'll notice that yesterday price got above 1028, but by the time it closed, it was back below that. So it's a resistance level. On a weekly basis, you are also up at resistance. And price has been up at this level for the last 3 weeks. So probably during the last 3 weeks, maybe you've thought, okay, this thing is getting ready to break out, and then it just kind of is pulled back and has moved sideways. Not a big deal. You just now know, you can clearly see where the sellers are located, and what you want to be able to see is eventually price to get above that. Now, if price does get above those levels, let's call 1038 as the number, then your next resistance level from a TAS market profile standpoint actually becomes the bottom of the profile. Sometimes old support can become resistance. That's what we're going to call it this time, and that would be 1143. That would be your target between 1143 to 1231. Now, I believe your question was, will it get up to 14? Is that what you? Well, yeah,
as looking longer term out, it's been up around 14 last year.
Okay, so the good news is, just one. So 1496 happens to be the top of the monthly profile, and so here's what you're looking for. First, you're looking for no levels of support to be broken. Right now, the number that we're going to go with is 989. When I pull my other charts, we'll see if there's any other numbers there for you. Now, if you do get it close below 989, that's then you're going to have to anticipate further heat to the downside. But we're not there just yet. So assuming that price can take out resistance at 1038 level, doesn't have to be by tomorrow, then your next areas are going to be 1143, then 1231, and it's really the close above 1231 that would give you that promise of getting into that $14 area. Okay, so let's look at my white background charts with the other tools out here, see if there's anything else that we have. I don't have any other signal. I don't have any bearish signal out here. And if anything, what this is suggesting to me is that my green line reading is right now printing at 999. And this thing changed colors back on August the 21st. Now, typically, Chris, when that line changes colors, we see price and that line catch up to each other. Now, the bullish scenario would be price tags that level. Right now, again, $9.99, rejects it, which means closes back above it. That's what you really want to see. If price closes below Stevie's green line, then we've got to look for other areas of support. We don't have that right now, but if you do get that pull back, it's actually, and it closes back above it, even though you might see a little slight portfolio hit, that's really what you'd like to see. You'd like to get that additional confirmation. Now, on the daily time frame, if that happens, this is suggesting that price could make its way up to 1210. That is where price most recently broke down, which takes us back to June the 19th. When this actually bottomed, it was on July 28th, and the TD9 count at that time was bar number 8. And what we know is bars 8, 9, the bar following 9, if those are the low of the session or the high of the pattern, I should say, that those indicate top or bottom signals out here. So you definitely got a nice bottom signal. Price was also moving lower, doing less relative energy. So that's the daily time frame. Any questions from the daily perspective, Chris?
I guess only question I had, I guess at 1210 looks like it'd be a really nice A to B equals C to D area.
Yeah, very likely. You're right. On this set of white charts here, I don't have that tool built in, but your eyes pick it up, and you're absolutely correct. And so, you'd be looking for, if this moves higher, to confirm that pattern, or hopefully confirm that pattern and close above 1066 would give you that number. On the weekly time frame out here, we know that price is running into resistance at the top of its profile. This formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Bullish engulfing candle the week that ended July 31st out there. So this looks well. That was the weekly chart. Monthly time frame chart, this also formed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. This was back in April of 2020. So, yeah, I don't have any reasons to suggest that you do anything other than what you are doing right now. And ideally, you'll see a test of price and that green line, whatever that number ends up being, and a rejection, and that will then set up the signal that you should be off to the races to the upside. But that off the races, really, you've got to get a close above 1038. Okay?
Well, thank you very much. I'll look to add shares if it goes back down to that green line there. Thank you for that analysis. That's very, very helpful.
You bet. Have a great day. Thanks so much for calling in. We'll look forward to speaking to you again. Now let's go back to FCX here. I want to just go ahead and finish that off if we can. And FCX, I believe that, again, was for Jared. And so in the case, what we established in FCX, the importance in trading this is making sure that you also understand what's going on with the Australian dollar, because the two are totally linked. In fact, my contention is you're really trading the Australian dollar. Here's the nice thing about Freeport-McMoRan. It is trading above all resistance levels, the top of their daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. So this is telling us this is a nice bullish move out here. What we've got to do is put up my other tools to see if there's any kind of topping signals. That's what this is not going to tell us. It's going to help us understand where buyers and sellers are, where support and resistance is. We get back from this breakout here, we'll say, well, there's a bit of caution signal inside of FCX. We got wave number 7, that's letter G, and price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So with regard to my little a data tool out here, we can see that FCX has got a topping signal on the daily time frame, and the other topping signals that are out there, they're going to show up in like a pink, hot pink, light pink out there. You got a wave 7, letter G on my daily time frame and the weekly time frame. So when you see a topping signal on the weekly time frame, what's really nice is that you can go back to the daily for your overall signal as to whether or not there's some kind of significant top that may be forming out here. So here we can see wave number 7, letter G. We can also, this is the daily time frame, price moving higher, doing less relative energy. We're going to focus out here for you, because if there were to be a bear, you'd still stay long. This, if you are long, you would stay long. If this generates a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The reason that you want to pay attention to that is if you take a look back here, when FCX made its high back in January of 2020, it was the Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern that confirmed on January the 15th. Again, the same thing that we're taking a look at now, so we would pay attention. If you did get that, then we look for Stevie's green line. That would be the first level of support. That's 1517. Then if price closed below that, then you've got your 3 profile levels, 1382, 1428, 1489, and anything below 1382, 1103 becomes the price target out there. The weekly, you can see here, you've got wave number 7. Again, that can extend. It can extend for a long period of time, so we don't have a confirmed wave number 7 top out here. In fact, without the confirmed topping pattern, this suggests that what FCX is doing is making its way to its breakdown level. This broke down at 1814, and that was on the trading session of July the 13th out there. So that becomes your current price target out here. The monthly time frame says 1970. So that is FCX. Let's go out to Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, great, Steve. And how are you doing?
I am doing well. Now, I know you wanted to take a look at First Majestic and silver. Is that correct?
Correct, because you already did a great job on gold.
Okay, good. All right, so tell me what you're looking for, and I'll try to get that info for you.
Well, similar to what you were doing with gold, giving the breakout. I mean, the key points, whether we're just in a trading range or if there's at what point do we break down or up? I mean, I know it's stronger than gold, but how strong?
Okay, so in the case of silver, what you want to do is you'd really like to see, and if this is if this is. So here's what we have. Here's what we have for silver. And the question really becomes, is silver going to follow along with gold? We think that it will, but it is stronger than gold. I still have the A to B equals CD pattern that's drawn in here. I am not saying this is an A to B equals CD down. Not just yet. Price would have to close below 23.58, or we'd have to see some other failures. But at the same time, silver's just been trading sideways. And it is trading, and it does have a confirmed top out here. And so in order for silver to get its mojo back, you need to see it close above 28.25 right now. And 28.25 is a daily Stevie Green line, the oscillator unchanged line. So short of that, let me go take a look at market profiles. Let's get back over to all of the silver contracts. Give me just a moment to get to that spot. Let's see if price ran in any kind of resistance today on its bounce or where that level is. No, it has not. So totally different patterns here in silver. So, and this is what's unusual and really kind of with regard to today's activity. Here what we can see, and you're looking at the very left-hand chart out here, the September contract. It doesn't matter really whether we're looking at September or we're looking to December out here. So either of them are going to work, and they're both giving the same message, Gary. Typically, they both have bullish structured profiles. And bullish structured profile means the center where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value, which is in between the top and the bottom of the profile. When that is closer to the bottom, you have more buyers lined up in that bottom area. And typically, when price is able to close above the center of that box, you usually see the momentum with their ability to push price up to the top of that profile. So that's either 29.91 or 30.19, depending on which contract. But in order for that to happen, there's another level of resistance out here, and that's going to be Stevie's green line. That's at that 28.25 number. If you see it close above that, then to me that signals you're going to get silver's going to get all the way back up to the top of those profile levels. If it doesn't, it just tells us that it continues to act as resistance, very much like the way that gold does. And right now, gold is giving us the signal that even today's move is nothing more than just a counter trend rally out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at the daily time frame chart. Does that help?
Oh, big time. And then if you get time on AG?
Yeah, so you can see descending trend lines out here. The only thing I want to say about the trend lines are that when price is just moving sideways out there, if that's how price breaks a trend line, to me, that's like, are you kidding me? That's a break just simply because of mathematics, not a break because price was trying to break resistance. You know what that's my interpretation, maybe totally off base and totally wrong. So I don't want anybody to take a look at these descending trend lines at this stage here because price is moving sideways and say, hey, looks like it's breaking out. That's not my take on it.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So let's go take a look at First Majestic out here. Now, in First Majestic, let's see where price is trading in relationship to its market profiles, daily, weekly, and monthly. And right now we can see that price is trying to close above the top of a bear structured profile. So that'd be very positive or very bullish for you. And that number is 1207. Price is trading at 1216. Price this week pulled back to the top of the weekly profile, which is 1147, and that is held. The monthly profile isn't of significance to you. So if First Majestic can close above 1207, that's going to be a short-term bullish for you. Let me open up my other daily time frame chart, see what we see. I don't have anything. So that was the good news, and it probably sounded like good news, and it was good news. Mm-hmm. But here's the not so good news. And the not so good news, when we put Stevie's other charts up here, we get to see where that oscillator unchanged line is. So AG is acting exactly like gold is. And that so far what we've seen over the course of the last couple of days has been nothing more than a counter trend rally up into Stevie, in this case here, Stevie's green line. You can see wave number 7, a Rhodes momentum indicator top inside of First Majestic out here. So you really do want to see price close above Stevie's green line out there to then suggest higher price. And it's about where we're trading right now, about 1218, 1219. So that's what I see when I take a look at First Majestic. What questions does that pose for you that I can help answer?
No, you gave me some numbers, some benchmark numbers, because I'm looking to lighten the load maybe there, but I've lightened the load quite a bit on gold based on what you said over the week. So,
okay,
thank you.
Okay. Hey, you bet, and thanks for calling. Always good to hear from you.
Hey, I just want to also say I just listened last night to 2 of your YouTube videos from 6 years ago when you were doing that series. Those were so enlightening and educational too. I mean, you're a gem. So thanks, man.
You're too
weekend.
kind.
Be safe.
You bet. Thank you very much. That was Gary in Michigan out there. So currently the Dow's up 78. I do believe there's some other requests that have come in. I see we're not going to be able to get to them. We have a caller even. Let's go to our caller. Apologize, I don't know who is on the line. Robert, thanks for calling. We're about to go to a break. Tell me what it is you want to look at, and I'll get the charts ready for us when we come back from this break. EXK. We're going to go take a look at EXK. I believe that is Endeavor Silver with Robert when we get back from this break.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're on the line, I believe, with Robert in Kansas. We're taking a look at Endeavor Silver, trading out at 404. And so how can I help you with regard to Endeavor, Robert?
Support. Can you just provide me support and resistance? I know you're just about out of time.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it's taking on resistance. Resistance is 398. That's the top of its daily profile. The close above that would be promising. Support is at about 358. 358 was the bottom of the bullish structured weekly profile. Price is trading above. Looks like it'll close above the center of that bullish structured profile, and that could suggest that price would run up to 479. Prices the monthly is trading above resistance, which is 259. So those are your levels. But let me pull over the other charts out here and see if Endeavor is doing what First Majestic is and what gold did. And it turns out it is. So even though that's good, that price was trading above the resistance level of the top of its daily profile, you've got Stevie's green line to contend with. And Robert, that's priced out at 408. This does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. Price did push its way back to support the bottom of its weekly profile out there. But not until price closes over this green line will we get the signal that price wants to run higher. So at this stage here, I've still got to call it just a counter trend rally unless we, and because that line is green, the close above that and then being above the daily profile would be the signal that, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a run for the top of that weekly profile. Does that make sense, Robert?
It does. Great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. Thanks so much for calling. Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for holding on. I really appreciate that, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon. All righty. That was Robert. The last question, there are some questions that have come in. I think I can knock this one out real quickly, and I'll take care of a few of them, and that is with regard to the spot volatility index, which is rising. That is the bottom panel. And we have the S&P that is rising. And that always sets up for some type of retracement. But what you want to wait for here, those folks who wrote in about it, you want to wait for that spot volatility to close above the 50-day exponential moving average. And right now that's printing at 25.65. The divergence won't mean a whole lot until that unfolds. Have a great weekend, folks. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours.